What's up, gamers? Now, if there's one thing we all know about Dragon Ball Z Sagas, it's that it's the greatest game of all time ever, but what you might not have known is that it's also the greatest speedrun of all time ever. Now, today I'm going to teach you how to play this game and get a world record, because I'm the greatest Dragon Ball Z Saga speedrunner of all time ever, and that's a fact. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're gonna boot up Sagas mode. That's the main mode. We're gonna crank it down to journalist difficulty, actually, because the only thing difficulty affects is enemy HP. So everyone plays on journalist mode, which is kind of cringe, but that's just how it is. So we're gonna hit start and start time on the arrival when we select that. Alright, now we're gonna get right into the run, bro. This is some epic stuff right here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna run up to that coin and collect it. Now that's some pretty advanced tech already, but we're gonna fire energy blast into the ground as they cyber and come up, because you can actually hurt them before they even spawn, which is pretty poggers actually. I think that's a super amazing mechanic. And we're going to do the same thing up here. We're going to shoot our little key blasts at these Cybermen. It takes 2 to kill them. And after you kill them, they start to explode and you gotta like run up to them. Oh, whoa, I forgot. There's this one little tech right here. You want to run off this ledge right here, and while you're on the ledge, jump, and now you can charge your key while you're moving to the next group of enemies. It saves a few seconds. Don't worry about it if you mess it up, but it's a cool little trick that can save some time, and it's used in a few places here and there. So we're gonna break this rock, get this other coin, game end these bros right here, and we're about to purchase our special move upgrade. And as you can see, there's another ledge right here which we can do it again on. Get this Z coin. And we want to get the special move upgrade. Now we can do our Call Me a Mama and break this rock right here. Now up here, there's more rocks. We gotta Call Me a Mama. Now we can actually kick this little pink guy right into the rock and save a few seconds with that too. Alright, we're gonna kill these guys. Charge up our key, and now we're gonna go mess with Raditz. Now he wants us to not mess with him,
Don't mess with me.
but I think we're gonna mess with him because I'm feeling a bit silly right now.
I'll teach you a lesson, fool.
Now he actually doesn't realize this, but we're going to teach him a lesson. Hold up real quick. First, before we mess with Raditz, I gotta teach you how to combo in this game, but not just any combo. We're gonna infinite combo. So, you know, we got our kicks, we got our punches, and we can do up to 5 of each before we do a finisher, which knocks the enemy bolt away. But if we just do 4 or 3, we can actually cancel the end lag of our attacks by just walking forward. Just tilt the controller stick right after we do a punch, and we'll just walk forward. So we can loop punches and kicks infinitely on the enemy, and he won't be able to recover, because we can just hit him faster than the hit stun lasts. And once it gets to about half health, we're actually going to do a finisher, and then we're going to do 2 Call Me a Mamas right after each other, and that's going to finish him off right there. Alright, so now we're in the next level, level 2. Now we're actually going to walk right up here. There are going to be some more Cybermen, 2 of them. We want to kill one. You don't have to, but I like to kill it. It makes it a bit easier. We're going to lure the other one over to this little corner, this little specific corner right here. We're going to get it right here, and we're just going to block. And it's actually going to start attacking us, and it's actually going to push us right out of bounds. That's right, we're just going to push the little boy right out of bounds, jump up on this rock, and what we're actually going to do is fly all the way to the end of the level, right into the boss zone, and we just skip all of this. It's actually a pretty poggers trick. I'd even go so far as to say it's pretty epic and based. So we want to get as much air as possible. We want to get up on this giant mountain right here, jump off, and now we're gonna be careful. Up on the mini-map you can see the boundaries of the level. Up in the top right corner, you don't want to go back in bounds because that can get you stuck. So right in this little part of the map, we're gonna go back in, fly around, and we want to make sure we can hear the music change. If it doesn't, just kind of fly around right here for a bit. But we're gonna hear the music change, and that's very important because otherwise you'll get soft lock. Now right here, after the music changes, we just drop down and we start the boss battle. Just like that. We just once again do our little rinse and repeat trick, canceling our attacks and just beat him until he's dead. Alright, so this next level against Vegeta is a boss only level. So we're basically gonna do the same exact thing as the other bosses. We just loop punches and kicks on him. And once he gets to a certain amount of health, about a little under 1/3, we can do 2 Call Me a Mamas on him and finish him off. If you ever find that your combo is taking the enemy right up against a rock, you can kind of change directions by kind of moving a few paces in a different direction, sort of like in a clockwise pattern around him to just like re-angle him. And you don't want to push him up against a rock because that can kind of mess up the combo. You might just start not getting hit, as you can see right there. So you want to try and just angle him away from any rocks. Just be sure not to like finish any combos by not like doing 5 with the same hit in a row. It might take a little practice, but it's not too hard. Because otherwise that'll happen. So once it gets to about here, we're gonna kick him away, and they're gonna do 2 Call Me a Mamas on him. And we don't actually really have to completely empty his health bar because it'll just bring us straight to this little cutscene where Goku uses the Spirit Bomb and Vegeta just explodes and just disintegrates, and I think it's pretty funny actually. Alright, so now we're loading into level 4, gamers. What we're gonna do, we're gonna get this little Z coin right here. We got these 2 guys, we just wanna punch and or kick them to death. Either one's fine. Ignore that Dragon Ball, we don't need it. All we're gonna do, we're just gonna shimmy against this little rock right here, just hold the controller stick straight up against that wall, and we've squeezed out of bounds. Once again, we're gonna be careful right here because so the first part of this little hill does have collision, but after a certain point it just drops off, so be careful. If you do fall, you can get stuck under the map. So once again, we fly right over to the boss arena. Feel free to pick up this little key capsule. And right here's the loading zone for the boss. Skip that cutscene. And we're playing with the big boys now. Whenever we do an out-of-bounds clip, it has a tendency to make audio lines in boss battles repeat, which I think is very funny, very silly. But as usual, we just pummel Raccoon to death. He just doesn't know what to do. We just keep punching and kicking and punching and kicking. I mean, there's really no way he can retaliate. Alright, so as usual, we just want to pummel these dudes. Oh, so this boss battle is a bit tricky because as you fight them, they swap out with each other, but they'll also come and assist each other with little attacks. You hear them have little voice lines where they like yell like "oh" whenever they're about to come in, so you know when you want to start blocking right there so they don't hit you. But after a certain point, Jace will swap in with Birder. That wasn't enough HP, but... yeah, eventually Jace, after a certain threshold, will swap in with Birder. And you really want to try to one-cycle Birder. If you let him get out of hit stun by dropping the Infinite somehow, he will attempt to swap back in with the Jace as soon as he recovers. So you want to really try as hard as you can to kill Birder, because you only need to kill Birder in this fight. Jace will automatically run away once that happens. As we can see, Captain, help! He goes and runs away to Captain Ginyu. Now we're gonna beat these guys to death. Ow! 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 Alright, you too, buddy. Ow! Alright, now we're gonna go get the Z coin over here, and we actually get a special little cutscene right here for this special boss enemy who's actually just a regular enemy, and he only appears in this one level and never again in the game. He actually isn't even really strong, he just dies. Now, we're gonna get this one Z coin right here. Now I hope you've kept attention to these Z coins, because we actually need to buy something right now. We're gonna get flight speed. Oh yeah. Now, we fly really fast. And we get to fight Ginyu now. Ooh. Actually, Ginyu is where the difficulty spikes greatly, because our infinite trick actually continues to work exactly as well as it does on every other enemy, and we can just loop him infinitely and there's no way you can retaliate. So as you can see, the game's getting a bit tricky, a bit difficult at this point. Time for the Call Me a Mama. Oh, I could have ended that combo a bit earlier, but it's fine. Alright, now it's time to collect some more Z coins. We have 0 right now, and we want to get 6. So we want to get every Z coin in this level, all 5. Right there. Alright, we have 5. And there's one more right at the start of the next level. You can check how many Z coins you have by pressing left or right on the D-pad, at least in the GameCube version. Which, by the way, if you're gonna speedrun this game, you want to play it on GameCube. Because GameCube runs so much faster than PlayStation 2. It is not even close. You cannot get world record if you're not playing on GameCube, brother. Now, if you have the game physically, that's no issue, because the leaderboards are split for each individual console, but if you're emulating, you do want to play it on Dolphin. Alright, now, here's another epic level. We're gonna get this one Z coin, and we're gonna jump up on these rocks. And jump over here, right here. Oh yeah, baby. We're gonna drop down right here, run forward, run backwards, jump. Then walk right here, drop down a little bit. And we are out of bounds past the barrier. And we're just gonna fly straight to the end of not just the level, or we're not just going to the boss area actually, we're going past the boss area, we're going straight to the next level itself. So we're gonna actually line up right with the edge of this island, and as you can see that island in the distance, right when it goes off screen we want to make a sharp right. And we enter a hidden loading zone for the end of the level, and we just instantly get taken right to the next level without doing any boss nonsense is where the difficulty actually genuinely does spike up, because at this point, Frieza onwards, all bosses have the ability to do a combo breaker on you, which is entirely up to luck. You might randomly just end your combo and push you away. It doesn't happen too often, but you gotta watch out for that. Now here's another quick boss level. We get to beat Soba, who's actually canonically more powerful than Frieza. As you can see, his power level is several million more. We're just gonna infinite him to death because, you know, not even the almighty Soba can overcome this infinite combo. How many other DBZ games do you know that has a yard rat level? That's pretty poggers, I'd say. Oh. That attack has an incredibly long startup, so whenever he just raises his arms like he's gonna use a K-Blast or something, just go right at him. He's not gonna hit you. So if he starts the battle off with that, just go straight and attack him. Now here, we get to fight the prototype androids. We can destroy these guys instantly with the charged K-Blast, which is pretty poggers, I'd say. So this is a pretty typical level. We actually, like the first level, do play this to completion. And the reason for that is so that we can buy an upgrade at the upgrade station, which we will use at a later level, actually the very next level. We don't need to get any Z coins or nothing, so don't worry about that. You can pick up capsules along the way if you want, but you don't need to grab any more Z coins. We have every upgrade we need. Alright, so at this level here, this red car right here, jump over it, land on the hood, and we get the antidote. It's the little key item we need. You saw me mess up that first jump. Don't do that. Just jump on the hood and just... Oh, he destroyed it. But I'll display it on this other exactly identical car. We just jump on the hood and we just jump on the hood and slide. Or you can just blow it up with a key blast, but that's slower and also a lot less cool. I mean, heck, bro. It's pretty cool to just jump on it, right? Because we skip getting any health upgrades, it's actually fairly easy to die on this level specifically. So, but it's okay because in the first level we do grab that Senzo Bean. We can get this health right here, and right here we want to get this move, Quick Recovery. I'll actually show off its effect right now. When we get knocked back, we can tap A, the jump button, to do that little recovery animation. And we're going to use that to perform another skip in the next level. Alright, so right here we're gonna pummel Android 17 to death like usual. And there's not much you can do about it, actually. Yeah, Trunks is like, yeah bro, you don't know what you're up against. If you notice, you might be dropping combos when you start to do punches from kicks. Walk forward a little, just hold the controller stick forward a little longer when you switch to punching. And that way you'll keep the distance there. You just need to tap it when you start doing kicks, but when you switch to punches, just hold it for a split second longer to like reduce the space between you and the enemy so it doesn't drop. Alright, so this next trick is a bit tricky, but don't worry, I will guide you through it, and hopefully, even though it took a lot of time for me to master it, you can too. Now we're gonna air recover at the peak of our ascent when an enemy performs a punch combo on us. We're gonna clip, just fly right through that little lamppost, and we're out of bounds right now. I don't like the way these guys are looking at me. Now we don't have any interruptions. We're gonna... Oh no! Alright, now we're gonna go back out of bounds just by flying right to the right side of that lamppost. And we want to jump up and like just keep pressing A. Not too fast, but not too slow either. and eventually we will get over the collision of this building. Alright, now we've gone through it. We press A again to drop down, go left, then back towards the screen, and we're out of bounds again, even more so, if that makes sense. We're past another collision barrier. Now we fly through, just through here, sort of to the left a bit, and in this pile of rocks, we walk up it, and it will load us into the boss zone, letting us skip another quite lengthy level. And we get to hear some more looped voice lines, and we just pummel these bosses to death like usual, so have fun with that. Alright, so now that we're dead, we're gonna move on to the next level, and I'll show you another cool trick, which is also moderately difficult. We're gonna beat up a few androids which spawn right here. Yeah, they die in 4 punches, or 1 charged key blast, as I said. Now, right here, some more enemies are gonna spawn, but once we defeat them, stay resolute, because I've got another little thing we gotta do. Alright, right about here is where the next enemy's going to spawn in. And he also gets a special cutscene, but if you punch him really fast, you can skip it, so that saves another few seconds. But you gotta be resolute with that. In this driveway right here, we're gonna start flying. Kind of go left. It might force you down, but start flying again. Kind of go diagonal down. Over here. Now we're gonna start flying again. Get up against this corner. Kind of go to the right a bit, but yeah, it might force you back to just get back in this corner. Kind of go like right a bit, and then immediately like pivot left. And if it's just right, you'll clip out of bounds again. Well, we already are out of bounds. If you walk up, this next trick is a bit easier if you walk up right here, but be extra careful not to walk back in bounds. You can see the boundaries on the map. So this, I'm just doing it right here. It is quicker if you don't do that, but it will reposition the camera just so you can see exactly what's going on. So right here, actually, hold on, we're actually going to go back in bounds briefly. I want to demonstrate something to you really quick. So when you start off this level, right here at the start, if you walk forward a bit after clearing the first row of enemies, this building falls over and breaks. You don't have to do this. It does cost a few seconds. I'm just doing it for a demonstration. If you're like practicing this, I would recommend, well, I suppose sometimes we do go 5 billion miles out of bounds. So if you ever just have the game end itself, just quit and go restart the level. It will save your progress if you quit. So we're just gonna like go through that again really quick. As you can see, that time I was a bit late. I was lollygagging a bit. I didn't take the Whiterun Guard's advice, but alright, now we're back. We're gonna do this clip again. Build up speed. Go back out of bounds, and once again, just like having the building fall over, it's not necessary, but for the demonstration I will walk forward in this direction a bit, being careful not to go out of bounds in order to re-angle the camera so you can see what we're doing. So this building is the building that fell over at the beginning of the stage. if you don't walk forward to have it fall over, the collision is still here. It is still tangible and you can jump on it even if it doesn't visibly fall over. But just so you can see what we're doing, I did have that happen. We're gonna like make sure to step back and then just run straight at it, get to full speed, and then just sort of jump on it. And we'll eventually, if we time it just right, just keep holding forward, and Goku will shimmy himself up the collision and onto the side of the building. Alright, we made it, so we're just gonna run over here, jump up. Now, it actually took me a few tries because I am a bit out of practice, but it like the last trick, it can be done first try, and I have done it first try, both of them, when I'm more in practice. But we're gonna go around here, drop back down once we get back in bounds. As you can see, the road's on the mini-map, and we walk right to the end zone for the level, skipping right to the next one. Now this trick, unlike some of the earlier ones, is performed a bit later into the level. It still does save several minutes, and it's a big difference. So Android 19 right here, Pillsbury Doughboy, we just want to beat him up like usual. He actually dies very quickly. And you do need to hurry because there is a... We can actually... Quickly, we must run right in this rock. From the top of it, just run straight down on the right side of this rock. We fly over here, right here. Alright, now pause. Right here, there's a little invisible flag which we must touch before we walk towards that door. You can check if it's activated by pausing and it'll gray out that text. Alright, so now we can go into the boss area. And if we're quick enough, we get to start the battle while we still have our Super Saiyan, and we get to cream through it really fast. Alright, so this next level is another boss-only stage, and we just want to infinite combo him to death as normal, and I'll just skip right to the next stage since you already know how this goes down. Alright, brothers, now we have the epic time chamber level, where we have to not defeat, but perform the given combo on Vegeta right at the top of the screen. It only counts the finishing hit. He likes to jump around. But it only counts the finishing hit. If you, yeah, it just cycles through punches and kicks, since there actually are a bunch of different combos you can get in this game, but we completely ignore them all because if we learn them, it interrupts our ability to perform the infinite combo. So it'll just be standard punches and kicks for this level. Actually, before the combo starts, you can actually just keep him in a combo so he doesn't start one on you and then just switch to the right input if you're not already on it. You know what I mean? I just get him in a punch, get him in a kick, and then just switch back to kicks when I see that that's on screen. So in this next level, we just get a little cell fight right at the beginning. Just reduce his health a little bit and he'll just fly away. Don't do any more than the required amount, because it'll just be a waste of time. So now we get to fight Cybermen because Cell has access to those, and I remember that part of the anime when they fought Cybermen again. Yeah, this level's pretty straightforward again, like the Trunks one. We just kind of blast some enemies and... Oh crap, I forgot that little trick. I forgot you can blast them as they spawn. Well, I guess you bros better remember that when you're running. Blast them, whatever. Get the Z-Coin right here, because you might not have noticed, but Z-Coins in this game actually do slightly increase your transformation gauge.
before proceeding.
I use some key blasts on these guys. Alright, so now we have another little skirmish against Cell. We need to get his health a little over half down, but not fully defeat him. Because we do get to see him transform, and we have the real boss fight after he runs away a second time, because he's a scaredy cat. We want to get enough transformation. Oh, he's stuck on that rock. Yeah, that can happen. We want to not transform, actually hold on to your transformation, because we want to save that for the final fight against Super Perfect Cell. That's enough. Yeah. He's gonna run away again. We fight a few more Cybermen afterwards, and then we get to fight Perfect Cell. Alright, now we want to charge up. At this point, we can transform, either now or after we kill this last wave. Just save it for this point. Alright, yeah. And now, because right up here is the real fight against Super Cell. And you want to transform before actually starting this fight, because he will be really annoying and not let you transform. As you saw, we did die right there, but luckily we had that Senzu bean on hand. Well, it wasn't luck, that's actually part of the route. Just in case that happens, since we ignore all health upgrades. But overall, usually you won't die. I was just pretty careless and took a lot of damage in this video just for the... So we get another time chamber level where we get to beat up Goku. A bunch of stars, like it's Super Mario 64 up in here. You can actually transform for the funsies. It doesn't say that anytime. It might actually lose you a split second, but it is fun and it's epic. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like a Super Saiyan, brother. Alright. Here's the greatest level in the entire game because they made it annoying. And everyone loves annoying enemies. So we have to down all of these guys at the same time. They look disgusting and deformed. If you let them just sit on the ground for too long, they'll revive with half health, so you gotta be quick. You gotta be hasty. And down them all at the same time. They don't get up too quick, but that guy was bugged out for a minute. This game is pretty buggy, as you can see. But now, the final showdown. And let me just say, the title cards for these levels go so hard. I skipped through a bunch of them, but these title cards are like so hard, bro. Anyways. He'll open up usually with that blast right there, and you wanna like knock your hit or guard, and we gotta get to Super Saiyan 2 before we can actually hurt him. So we just want to infinite him until we get to like Super Saiyan 2, as you can see in the bottom left. We got that little gauge. Punch him away. You want to run behind a bush or something, because otherwise that will kind of stop him from hitting you, and then now we just get to game end and just punch him a bunch. And this is so pog, bro. I love this game. This game is like the poggest game ever. Alright, now. Call me a mama. Oh, that bro Cell just got game ended, brother. That was a pretty based final fight. I was like actually hardcore, bro. That was like so cool. Anyways, don't rest yet, because I didn't write the rules, but we actually stop the timer. Well, you may have seen it briefly, But that green little screen right there, that cutscene is skippable. I didn't skip it, but you can skip it. Just spam A, and then they just end the timer, and that's it, brothers. We ran Dragon Ball Z Sagas, the greatest, the hardest game of all time ever. I'm really proud of you guys. You guys really stuck it out to the end. Like I'm so happy that you guys like joined me on this adventure. You know, I'd really appreciate it if you gave me a subscribe, you know, maybe a little thumbs up. You know, that'd really make my day. But what would really make my day more than that is if you ran this game. You know, that would actually be so hype. I really want to see more people run this game. That's why I made this tutorial. So hopefully I'll see you guys on the leaderboards, bro. We can have a few more runs in the description. I'll link a Discord for Dragon Ball Speedrunning. It's where I am pretty actively. If you need to ask any questions about the speedrun, any help, you can ask either in there or in the comments, and I'll be sure to give you the answer. And that's about it.